is Brian Yampolsky.
And I'm Joe Ashton.
And we're the co-owners of Orion Mortgage in Phoenix, Arizona, and this is the Orion Inside Track.
Today's topic is about loan officer licensing. On a national scale, as of June 30th, 2010, most loan officers in the nation will need to be licensed both nationally and in every state that they operate in.
That's right, Joe. Now, what that means is in the old days, loan officers did not have to be licensed. So if a loan officer did bad things or had bad behavior, they might get fired from their job, but then they could go right down the street and work for another brokerage. The new rules require that each individual loan officer be licensed. So if in that same scenario the loan officer has bad behavior or acts unprofessionally, they might actually lose their license and in the end just be banned from the industry, which is exactly the kind of good thing that we were looking for in our industry.
That's right. This is really good for the consumer. There are new barriers to entry so that people that want to get in and out of the lending industry as a loan officer can't do so. You've got to pass a pretty rigorous test, and again, that's both nationally and in every state that you operate in. And so that's really good. And not only that, but every loan, the portfolio of loans that any loan officer does will be tied to their loan officer unique identifier number forever. So that means that over time, the cream of the crop are really going to be standing out.
Now there's an exception to this rule which I think is important to the consumer. And that exception is, it says that all loan officers have to be licensed unless they work for a depository institution. So to me that means a bank. So if you're a loan officer and you're working for a bank, you do not need to pass the test, you do not need to take the classes. You basically don't need to have a license.
That's right, and it's kind of unfortunate. I don't know why. I mean, we kind of know that when these big call centers, these banks have employees that might be operating in many different states, and they don't want them to have to take 50 different tests. But I think it's kind of unfortunate. I mean, because what that means is if you've been a loan officer for a long time and you can't pass the test or you don't want to even take it, you can still go to work for a bank. And I think maybe over time the banks might even opt in to taking this, hopefully, but as of right now you don't need to have a loan officer license to work at a bank.
I think one of the results we'll see is a lot of the loan officers that were unable to pass the test and could not get licensed are going to end up going to work for banks because the banks don't require the licensing. So if you're a consumer and you're looking for a mortgage and you end up going to the B of A's or the Wells Fargo's of the world, just know that the loan officer that you're working with may or may not necessarily be licensed. Thanks for checking in. If you have any other questions about loan officer licensing or have any other questions and might need mortgage advice, please call the number on your screen, or you can email us at the email addresses on your screen. You can ask for Joe or Brian and we'll both be very happy to help.
Yes, we will. And if you like the video, you want to forward it to anybody, there's a little forward button right below us on the video. There's also a comment section. We'd love to hear your feedback. And if you want to subscribe to our videos on the different topics in the lending industry, you can also hit the subscribe button. We'd love to have you there too.
Check out the video poll too, bottom to your right. Thanks.
Thanks.